the next article, that is Article 18 of Indian Constitution. Article 18 of Indian Constitution. So if you take this Article 18 of Indian Constitution, it abolishes titles. Abolishes titles. Right? Abolishes of it abolishes titles. Right? So that means our constitution doesn't allow any title to any individual. Right? Our constitution doesn't allow any title to any individual. Right? So no titles are allowed for any individual. That means both for citizens as well as for a foreign national. Right? Even a foreign nationals are not allowed to enjoy. Even foreign nationals are not allowed to enjoy titles. So no titles are allowed. No titles are allowed. So either for citizens or for foreign nationals. Am I clear? So why these titles are not allowed? Why our constitution abolishes titles? Why titles are abolished? No, that is the question mark. Why titles are abolished? All right, because these titles bring in, they confer privileges. They confer special treatment to individuals. They confer privileges or they confer special treatment to individuals. Right? So don't you think that these privileges and special treatments are against the principle of equality? Don't you think that these privileges and special treatment, right, giving special treatment to individuals, right, don't you think it has violation of principle of equality? మనం ఒక వ్యక్తికి టైటిల్స్ కన్ఫర్ చేసినాము అంటే, when we confer titles onto an individual, right, it is not just a title. Right? There will also be special treatments. There are certain privileges. Right? Say, let me take one example. Right? So in our ancient times, right, the rulers enjoyed different titles. Say, for example, Maharajadi Raja. So this is one such title. So Maharajadi Raja. విన్నర్ ఎప్పుడన్నది? So Rajadi Raja, Maharajadi Raja. So these are the common names that are being used for our rulers. Right? So these are the common titles that are being given to the rulers. So when titles are given, that means what? Among all, a special treatment, a special recognition is given to the title holder. Right? So title holders, they enjoy, all right, a special treatment among all. అందరిలో, all right, ఒక స్పెషల్గా చూడడం, అందరిలో స్పెషల్గా చూడడం. So when you're providing special treatment, don't you think that it is violation of equality? స్పెషల్గా చూసినప్పుడు అందరితో సమానంగా అనుకోవాలా లేదా అందరిలో డిఫరెంట్గా అనుకోవాలా? 10 మంది ఉన్నారు, 10 మందిలో you are being given a special treatment. Don't you think that you are being treated differently from others? Are you there in the class?
Yes, sir.
All right. So when you are treated separately, don't you think that when you're treated differently, don't you think that you are given a special treatment among others? So that is what the basic problem of titles. All right. So, so the title holders, they are seen differently. They are being given privileges, right? They are being given special treatment. So because of this reason, these titles are regarded as violation of principle of equality, right? So titles are seen as violation of principle of equality. That is the reason why our constitution through article 18 abolishes titles. All right. So all the titles which are given before commencement of constitution. So during British India rule, what we have seen? British government conferring titles to the elites, zamindars, ki, elites ki, right? Titles were given. Titles were given by the British India government. All right. So based upon their social status, titles are given to the individuals. So along with these titles, the individuals also enjoyed, special treatment. అంటే ఊళ్ళల్లో పెద్ద మనుషులు ఉంటారు కదా, మరి వాళ్ళు పెద్ద మనుషులకు వాట్ ఈస్ బీన్ డన్? ది గవర్నమెంట్, ద బ్రిటిష్ ఇండియా గవర్నమెంట్ గేవ్ సర్టెన్ ప్రివిలేజెస్, right? Certain privileges are given to the what you call the elites of the village. That means what? These elites started feeling, they feel that they are different from other people of that village. మేము గొప్ప, మేము అందరితో సమానం కాదు, గవర్నమెంట్ మాకు సపరేట్ ప్రివిలేజ్ ఇచ్చింది, గవర్నమెంట్ మాకు సపరేట్ ట్రీట్మెంట్ ఉంటుంది, కాబట్టి we are elites and we should not be seen equally with all other people. అందరితో మేము సమానము కాదు, మేము గొప్ప. So this is a kind of what you call treatment that is given by British India government. But what government of India has done, what constitution of India has done? With the commencement of constitution, ఎప్పుడైతే constitution commence అయిందో, all these pre-constitutional titles, which are given before commencement of constitution, they are abolished. All right. Not only this, so ikkada all the pre-constitutional titles are abolished. Pre-constitutional means what? What do you mean by pre-constitutional?
కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ కి ముందు ఫాలో అయినవి.
Before commencement of constitution, titles given before commencement of constitution, they have no validity. British government ఉన్నప్పుడు ఓకే, కానీ టుడే we don't have British government. It is Constitution of India. Under Constitution of India, no one is above the constitution, no one is above the law, no one has any special treatment. All right. So all are equal in front of the constitution. So no one is above the constitution. All right. So even though you have a title that is given by British constitution, that title has no validity. You cannot use the title now after commencement of constitution. All right. Am I clear? So this is about article 18. So titles are abolished. So no question of using any title. This is one part. Coming to the other part of article 18. So after commencement of constitution, the government of India is not allowed to confer any title on any individual. So government has no power to confer any title, right? Government ఎవ్వరికి ఎలాంటి టైటిల్స్ ఇవ్వకూడదు, ఇచ్చే అధికారం గవర్నమెంట్ కి లేదు. సో గవర్నమెంట్ హ్యాస్ no power to confer any title onto any individual, whether he is a citizen of India or a foreign nationals. So government of India is barred. Government of India is barred to confer. Government of India is barred to confer titles. Government of India is barred to confer titles to any individual. So here I am using the word individual, which means what? The individual can be citizen of India or the individual can be a foreign national. అంటే citizen కి గానే foreign national గానే titles ఇవ్వడానికి వీల్లేదు. So the government of India is not allowed to confer any title on any individual. All right. So am I clear on this point? అర్థమైంది ఈ పాయింట్? సో
Yes, sir.
so the government of India is not allowed. It has no power to confer any title onto any individual. So this is one thing. Next one. All right. No citizen of India can claim a title from anyone. Right? Government will not confer. At the same time, the citizen of India cannot claim a title from anyone. That is either from government of India or from any foreign government. So the citizen of India, the citizen of India has no freedom. He has no freedom to take a title from anyone, either from government of India or from foreign government. All right. So this is another point that we should remember. So government will not confer. Citizen has no right or no freedom to take a title. All right. So these are two things that we should remember. So titles are strictly prohibited in India. Titles are strictly prohibited in India. ఎందుకు prohibit చేసినామంటే this is the reason. That is, titles violate the principle of equality. So this is one part of Article 18. This is one part of Article 18. Remember, our constitution abolishes titles, but not recognition of merit. All right? It abolishes titles, but the constitution allows, the Constitution of India allows recognition of, the Constitution of India allows recognition of merit of individual, the merit contributions of individuals. All right. So the Constitution of India allows recognition of merits of individual. It allows recognizing the contributions made by individuals to the nation. It allows recognition of contributions made by citizens of India. Right? It allows contributions made by citizens of India. So now if a citizen of India sincerely contributes towards development of India, contributes to any field, all right, whether it is science or education or sports, all right, or for literature or for technology, all right, if there is a contribution, right, then don't you think that such contribution should be recognized, that contribution should be appreciated? Don't you think that the individual should get appreciation from the constitution, from the government? ఉండాలి కదా. So for all such contributions should be appreciated, should be recognized. So Article 18 allows this recognition, the recognition of contributions made by individual, the recognitions, all right, recognizing the merit of individuals, recognizing the merit of individuals, all right. Recognizing the merit of individuals. So titles are abolished, but not recognition of merit. All right. Say for example, what is the recognition that is given for um, uh, military contributions? What is the recognition that is given for contributions made in armed services?
Government of India, sir.
We have different types of gallantry awards. Paramveer Chakra, the highest gallantry award. Ashoka Chakra, Veer Chakra. So all these are what? These are different gallantry awards. These are different gallantry awards. Okay. So these gallantry awards are allowed because it is not a title. It is the recognition given by the Constitution. It is the recognition given by the government for your contribution, for your meritorious contribution, for your merits. All right. Normally we see doctorates are being given by different universities. Right. Doctorates are given to different individuals. Say for example, doctorates are given to film actors. All right. Have you seen these doctorates being given to film actors? Have you seen? Yes. Dr. Brahmanandam, Dr. Chiranjeevi. So what do you mean by this doctorate? What do you mean by doctorates? What do you mean by doctorate? Doctorate denotes what you call the recognition for your contribution to that field, contribution towards art, towards what you call theater. All right, doctorates are nothing but what you call a recognition that is given by the Constitution. We see what you call recognition being given to the sports persons, Rajiv Khel Ratna, Dronacharya awards. So what do you mean by all these things? These are recognition of merit. All right. So now are you able to make a difference between abolition of titles and recognition of merits? Now can you make a difference between these two? Okay, Lalita. All right. So this is what Article 18 says. So Article 18 abolishes titles because this article these titles are violative of principle of equality. So title violates the principle of equality. Whereas, all right, equality always allows recognition of merit, recognition of excellence, all right, recognition of merits, all right. So don't think that excellence or merit is a violation of equality. Equality always supports equality always supports merit recognition. Equality always supports merits. All right. So make this point very clear. So now, can these merits be used as titles? Whether these merits can be used as titles? So merit is a merit. It should not be used as a title. All right. So merits cannot be used as titles. All right. Supreme Court in Raghavan versus Union of India case. Supreme Court in Raghavan versus Union of India case. Supreme Court in Raghavan versus Union of India case clearly said that these merits should not be used as titles. Merits cannot be used as titles. So these merits should not be used as prefix, should not be used as suffix. So you cannot use them as prefix or suffixes. You cannot use them as prefixes or suffixes. All right. So normally we see Padma Bhushan, Padma awards, Padma Vibhushan, Bharat Ratna. So you cannot use this, right? You cannot use them in front of your name or after your name. All right. So they cannot be used as titles. They cannot be used as prefixes or suffixes. So this is what said by Supreme Court very clearly in Raghavan versus Union of India case. Yes. Recognition means it is only recognizing the merit of individual, recognizing the contributions. So merit is always displayed. Merit is always displayed in the form of contributions. Merit is always displayed in the form of contributions. Okay. So this is about Article 18. This is about Article 18. So if you are clear about Article 18, I'll move to next right. So am I clear on Article 18? Okay then. Next, let me move towards right to freedoms, the next set of rights. So till now we have discussed right to equality. So for Article 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, they deal with right to equality. Now let us move towards right to freedoms. Let us move towards right to freedoms. So what is this right to freedoms? So we have Article 19 to Articles 22. Articles 19 to Article 22, they deal with right to freedoms. All right. So if you take Article 19, Article 19 talks about right to particular freedoms. Particular freedoms. Right to particular freedoms. So in Article 19, so there are two. So here, remember in Article 19, we have two things, right? Article 19, Class 1, it provides freedoms, whereas Class 2 of Article 19, it determines the conditions within which the individuals can use the freedoms. All right. It determines the conditions within which the individuals can use these freedoms. So that means our constitution not only provided freedoms, but the same constitution also provided conditions within which the individuals can enjoy the freedoms. The same constitution also provided the conditions within which the individual can enjoy the freedoms. That means, can we say that these freedoms are qualified? So whether these freedoms are absolute or qualified. So what kind of freedoms we are being given with? Whether absolute freedoms or qualified freedoms?
Bartha speech.
Now, what do you mean by absolute freedoms? when we call freedoms as absolute? In the very beginning, when I taught the basic characters of fundamental rights, all right, once again, I'll go to the topic, whether fundamental rights are absolute or not. Whether fundamental rights are absolute or not.
Yes, sir.
Fundamental rights are not absolute. Why they are not absolute? Because they can be restricted. So these fundamental rights can be restricted. So as these fundamental rights are restrictable, all right, we don't call them as absolute rights. That means even fundamental rights are qualified. Even fundamental rights are qualified. Even fundamental rights are qualified. Okay, that means qualified rights means those rights which can be restricted. Those rights which can be restricted. Now say whether the freedoms mentioned in Article 19 are absolute or qualified.
Qualified, sir.
Now it is they are qualified because Article 19 itself talks about conditions. Article 19 itself talks about conditions. That is those conditions which can be used on freedoms. That is the conditions which can be used to restrict freedoms. Those conditions which can be used to restrict the freedoms. All right. So that is what about what you call basic nature of freedoms. So Article 19 provides freedoms. Along with freedoms, the same article has provided conditions which should be used for enjoying the freedoms. Citizens have every right to enjoy the freedoms, but they should also respect, they should also follow these conditions. If these conditions are violated, then what will happen? Whenever these conditions are violated, then there can be restrictions on the freedoms of individual. Then there can be restrictions on freedoms of individual. So that is the beauty of Indian Constitution. So we are being given with rights, we are being given with freedoms. The same time, we are also given with what? We are also given with conditions. We are also given with conditions for using such freedoms. All right. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now let me enumerate different freedoms which are mentioned in Article 19. So originally we had 7 freedoms mentioned in Article 19, but after 44th Amendment, we have 6 freedoms which are mentioned in Article 19. So in Article 19, we have 6 freedoms. So what are these 6 freedoms? Freedom of speech and expression. Freedom of speech and expression. Freedom of speech and expression. Freedom to assemble peacefully. Freedom of assembly. Freedom to assemble peacefully. Freedom of association. Freedom of association. Freedom to move freely in any part of the nation. Freedom to move freely in any part of the nation. Freedom to reside in any part of the nation. Freedom to reside in any part of the nation. Next one, freedom of profession. Freedom of profession. freedom of profession. So freedom of speech and expression, freedom of assembly, freedom of association, freedom to move freely in any part of India, freedom to reside, freedom of profession. So these are the 6 particular freedoms which are mentioned in Indian Constitution. So apart from these freedoms, originally we had freedom of wealth, freedom to acquire wealth. Right? So originally we had freedom to acquire wealth. So this freedom to acquire wealth is being deleted by using 44th Amendment Act. It is by 44th Amendment Act, the freedom to acquire wealth has been deleted from Indian Constitution. Freedom to acquire wealth has been deleted from Indian Constitution. Am I clear? So these are 6 freedoms, and originally we had this freedom to acquire wealth, which is deleted from what you call the list of Article 19 by 44th Amendment Act. So what is that article that is being deleted by using 44th Amendment Act from the list of fundamental rights? From the list of fundamental rights, which of the article has been deleted? Right? From which of the article is being deleted from the list of fundamental rights? Now I
Sir,
want
right to property.
it is right to property. It is right to property which is deleted. Right to property is deleted from the list of Article 31 of Indian Constitution. It is right to property. It is right to property. It is right to property which is deleted from the list of fundamental rights. All right. So along with right to property, freedom to acquire wealth. All right. Article 19, freedom to acquire wealth has been removed. Freedom to acquire wealth. Freedom to acquire wealth has been removed from the list of fundamental rights. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is about, these are the 6 freedoms. Now I'll discuss each and every freedom in detail. All right. So as of now, I have listed all the 6 freedoms. Now let me talk about each freedom and the condition that can be used. All right. So if you take the first freedom, that is freedom of speech and expression. Freedom of speech and expression. All right. So every individual, every citizen of this nation, they are given this freedom. They have been given with the freedom of speech and expression. All right. So if you take this freedom of speech, right, speech and expression, it can be in any form. So whatever I'm doing, it is the oral form. So I'm expressing. So this is one freedom of speech. All right. So can we treat being silent as a form of speech? Being silent. Can we regard being silent as a form of speech and expression? Can I regard being silent as, yes, silence? Silence is also a form of speech and expression. All right, through your paintings, your literary works, right, through your art, through your dance. So all they come under freedom of speech and expression. Freedom of speech and expression. All right. So now imagine you are a good artist. All right. That is, you are good at painting. Now, can you use this skill of painting to defame the nation, to defame the society, to defame the nation or to defame the society. Can you use your paintings, right? Now, if you defame the nation or society or women, degrading women, right? So wrongly wrongly posting the women, right? So don't you think that it is a violation of constitution, violation of social norms? Don't you think it as violation of constitution and social norms? Using the paintings to degrade the women, to decrease the dignity of women. Right? So whether punishment should be imposed on such individuals, right, who use their freedom of expression to degrade society, to degrade women, or to degrade the nation. Don't you think that there should be punishment for them?
No, sir.
No. That means you allow, right, any kind of degradation. If punishments are not allowed, don't you think that you are encouraging degradations?
No, sir.
No. That means still you support. All right. Now, you support degrading the what you call the nation or society or the women. I'll come with the practical examples. I'll give some practical scenarios which took place and how government has what you call acted upon them. All right. There was a wrong portraying of the image of Bharat Mata. There is a wrong portraying of the image of Bharat Mata by one of the noted painter in India. Noted painter in India. All right. So now don't you think that there should be an action against that individual? Don't you think that there should be a punishment for that individual, that painter? And in fact, that painter was from Hyderabad, a noted painter from Hyderabad, a world noted, a world famous painter. Of course, he has passed away recently, maybe 2-3 years back. All right. So he was deported. His Indian citizenship was taken away by government of India. M.F. Hussain. It was M.F. Hussain. Still, I remember that issue, this controversy of M.F. Hussain. He has wrongly portrayed. What you call the image of Bharat Mata. Punishments are been given. So you have speech and expression, but you cannot misuse it. All right? All right? Can you use your speech and expression for creating troubles, for creating conflicts among the people in the name of caste, in the name of religion? All right? Can you use your speech for anti-national speeches? Can you use the freedom of speech to criticize nation, to criticize constitution?
No.
No. It amounts to sedition. Right? When you are criticizing nation, when you are criticizing the constitution, it is nothing but, right, you are anti-national. Can you use your freedom of speech and expression for anti-national activities? No. All right. In the previous class, I have talked about one section 124A, section 124A of IPC. All right, which provides punishment for sedition activities, sedition or anti-national activities. So that means though you are being given speech and expression, you cannot misuse it. You cannot create disturbance. You cannot create what you call disturbance to public order, social order. You cannot what you call violate sovereignty, integrity of the nation. You cannot use your speech and expression for what you call violating the integrity of the nation. So whenever there is violation of integrity, whenever there is a violation of public order, whenever there is violation of the moral order, when you misuse it for degrading or decreasing the dignity of women. So all these are conditions that can be used to impose restrictions on speech and expression. Speech and expression can be restricted. Speech and expression can be restricted, right? When you violate these conditions, when you violate these conditions, right? So that means what? That means, all right, just now I talked that Article 19 Class 2 talks about conditions. So these are the conditions which are mentioned in Article 19 Class 2. So here I have talked about the conditions. So what are the conditions? Sovereignty, integrity, public morality, public order, right? So decency. So these are the words which are clearly mentioned in Article 19 of Indian Constitution. So whenever there is a violation of these conditions, whenever there is a violation of these conditions, then definitely, all right, there can be restrictions on, definitely there can be restrictions on what you call freedom of speech and expression. All right, am I clear till now? So when speech and expression can be restricted? If you have doubts, do ask me. If you want me to repeat, I'll repeat, but do say something. You want me to repeat? Okay. So Article 90, that is, if you take this first, what you call freedom, that is freedom of speech and expression. All right. So speech and expression includes different forms. So you can express, right, in different ways, right? Orally, writtenly, all right, by what you call this paintings, dancings, right? Anything in any form, right? Right. Even so, these are, we have different forms of expressing ourselves. Even silence, being silent is also a part of, being silent is also a part of speech and expression. Being silent is also a part of speech and expression. All right, am I clear? So this is one thing. All right. So though we are given speech and expression, this speech and expression cannot be violated. All right. The speech and expression cannot be violated. All right. So when the speech and expression will be called as violative, when speech and expression will be called as violative, when it violates integrity, sovereignty, unity of the nation, when there is a violation to public order, violating public order, violating public morality, violating decency of society. So when you violate, right, these, definitely there will be restrictions on speech and expression. There will be restrictions on speech and expression. So speech and expression can be restricted whenever these conditions are violated. That means these are the conditions which are mentioned in Article 19, Class 2. Whatever the word that I have talked, whatever condition that I have mentioned, so all these are the conditions which are mentioned in Article 19. These are the conditions which are mentioned in Article 19. So when these are violated, then there can be restrictions on freedom of speech and expression. So what is freedom of speech and expression? When they can be restricted. So if you have understood this, right, I'll go to the next part of Article 19. That is, so am
Yes,
I
sir.
clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I was talking about here in this context, I'll just mention about section 124A, right? Please do remember this. Section 124A of Indian Penal Code. All right. Section 124A. So this is a special, this is a section that imposes punishment, right, for anti-national activities. All right. So whenever whenever a citizen or any individual uses speech and expression for anti-national activities, all right, anti-national activities, anti-national activities or sedition act. Sedition means anti-national. All right, sedition means anti-national. When we can call acts as anti-national acts? When we can call acts as anti-national acts?
Against the nation's unity.
All right. When we call them as anti-national acts, so
Against the nation's unity, sir.
against the nation, against the constitution, when you criticize constitution, when you criticize the flag, all right, so definitely they will be called as anti-national acts. When you show disrespect to flag, to national anthem, to constitution, so these are the things which comes under anti-national. Can we criticize the government? This freedom
No,
of speech and expression, right, allows the citizens to criticize the government?
no.
No. All right. Now, who elected the government? Who elected the government? It is people. We have elected the government. When government does good things, we will appreciate the government. When government does bad things, still then should be appreciated. No. If it is good, we will appreciate. If bad things are done, if bad decisions are taken, definitely we, as a citizen of India, as a voter of India, right, we have every right to criticize the government. We have every right to criticize the government. See, remember, criticizing of government is different from criticizing constitution or criticizing anthem or flag. You should not see all these things samely, equally. We have every right to criticize the government. We appreciate the government, at the same time, we also criticize the government. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Appreciate the government, we criticize the government. Criticizing government cannot be treated as anti-national or sedition. Supreme Court clearly said this in two important cases. One is Kedarnath Singh case. Kedarnath Singh versus State of West Bengal case. ఇవి చాలా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. మళ్ళీ అగైన్ we will come across these cases. These cases we will see in Article 19, Article 20, Article 22, Article 21. So in all these four articles we'll come across. You can use this case laws. Kedarnath Singh case. Right? Kedarnath Singh case. All right? Versus State of West Bengal case. Kedarnath Singh versus State of West Bengal. State of West Bengal. All right? This is one case. And other case is Balwant Singh case. సాయి ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసేసి వచ్చే ఆర్ అకాడికి వచ్చి ఆర్ఐఎస్ అకాడమీ. రైట్. సో బల్వంత్ సింగ్ వర్సెస్ స్టేట్ ఆఫ్ పంజాబ్ కేస్. So one is Kedarnath Singh case. Second one is, do you remember Balwant Singh versus State of Punjab case? So in both these cases, Supreme Court held that mere criticism of government will not be treated, should not be treated as sedition. గవర్నమెంట్ని క్రిటిసైజ్ చేసినంత మాత్రాన యాంటీ నేషనల్ అనుకోవడానికి వీల్లేదు. ఇట్ షుడ్ నాట్ బి కాల్డ్ యాజ్ యాంటీ నేషనల్, ఇట్ షుడ్ నాట్ బి ట్రీటెడ్ యాజ్ సెడిషన్. ఓకే. సో ఎవ్రీ సిటిజన్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ నేషన్ హ్యాస్ the freedom of speech and expression, which also includes the freedom to criticize the government. Am I clear on this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next. Now coming to the press freedom. Press freedom. All right. So media. All right. Whether press has the freedom to express and speech. Newspapers, digital media, and today we have social media. The biggest problem. All right. So media is also a part of Article 19. Media is also a part of freedom of speech and expression. All right. So though they have freedom of speech and expression, they cannot create any sedition. So media cannot use its freedom. The press cannot use its freedom to create sedition, to create anti-national sentiments. Right? So without creating anti-national sentiments, without creating any sedition, the media can use its rights. The media can use its rights. Right? So though media, freedom of press or freedom of media, though it is not explicitly mentioned, though this freedom of press is not explicitly mentioned, but it is an implied meaning of what you call freedom of expression. It is an implied meaning of freedom of what you call speech and expression. Supreme Court in Romilla Thapar case. Romilla Thapar versus State of Tamil Nadu case. Romilla Thapar versus State of Tamil Nadu case. All right. Lopadkara. So Supreme Court in Romilla Thapar versus what you call State of Tamil Nadu case, as well as in Indian Express case, Indian Express versus Union of India case. In both these cases, Supreme Court held freedom of press as a part of Article 19. So we have come across Kedarnath Singh case, Balwant Singh case, Romilla Thapar case. All right. So there are many other cases. We have Shakal Papers case, Shakal Paper versus State of Maharashtra case. So in all these cases, Supreme Court held freedom of press as a part of Article 19. So these are different dimensions of freedom of speech and expression. All right. Am I clear on this? All right. Okay, good. So for now, I'll stop the class on this point of Article 19, freedom of speech and expression. In tomorrow's class, we'll continue the rest of this Article 19, and tomorrow I'll try to complete Article 20, because this entire freedom of right to freedoms is a lengthy topic, most crucial, most important, and most difficult. So have you found any difficulty in today's class? So this is the only difficult part in entire polity, understanding this. So till now, what we have discussed regarding this freedom of speech and expression? Do you have any doubt? Have you felt any difficulty? Lalita?
కొంచెం కన్ఫ్యూజన్ గా ఉంది సార్.
Uh-huh. Okay then. So as of now, remember that. As of now, remember. So these are different case studies. So here, the point in giving these case studies is because when you write answer, you need to at least write one case study. All right. So freedom of speech and expression. Right. Every individual is given freedom of speech and expression in any form. Freedom of speech and expression also includes freedom of press. All right. And this was clearly said by Supreme Court in what you call Romilla Thapar case. All right. Just remember Romilla Thapar case. So freedom of press is a part of freedom of speech and expression. Okay. So though individuals have freedom of speech and expression, all right, when they violate conditions, restrictions can be imposed. All right. Have you seen different conditions? Have you seen conditions? ఏ కండిషన్స్ మీద రిస్ట్రిక్షన్స్ పెట్టచ్చో మనం చూసినామా లేదా? Yes, good. All right. So just remember these points. All right. What are the conditions? Whether press freedom is a part of freedom of speech and expression or not. All right. So tomorrow we'll discuss the remaining 5 freedoms. So I'll be slow so that you can easily understand. All right. So for
Okay,
now,
sir.
end of the class here. All right. We'll meet in tomorrow's class. So tomorrow same as it is at 9:30. So today I was a bit late. That is the reason why I took class now.